Hello, everybody. It's, me. So, I, as the other, one of the other videos, not the Text Day Brazil one, but there is another one where I did the unboxing video of my newest book came in. So, I don't, it's very difficult for me to describe things that I've worked on because, quite frankly, once they're, out there, I tend to forget a lot. It's part of my therapy of why I write. um, for those of you that don't know, I write because anyways, for those of you that don't know, I write because of PTSD and some hallucination issues that I have, conversion disorder. Pretty much a lot of shit is fucked up in there, and I need to get it out. So, for me to basically try to self heal, I guess you could call it, I write stories. Well, over the course of like a couple of years, I had a shit ton of stories. So I met up with TCT Comics through my brother-in-law, and we started talking. Well, I finally reached out to him and decided that it was time for me to pull the trigger and actually publish the book. I have never published a book. Luckily, the people that I got in contact with helped me with the process. Great people. And they gave me one hell of a deal. But I, again, had never, gone through the process of publishing a book or doing any of that shit. So I had no clue the actual process that was involved. So, in this little, I'm probably going to do a 3-part series for each, one for each book, and I will probably be doing one for every book afterwards. So this one is going to be about Tales from a Dark Mind, book number 1 in the Tales series. I'm hoping that I can flip the image because I'm using the reverse camera on my phone because I don't have an actual camera at the moment. So hopefully I can mirror this or something and make that work. So bear with me. Okay, so Tales from a Dark Mind. I believe the story count is 39. We have 39 stories in my first book, all of which are pretty much the first few stories that I ever considered writing. The credits for all the people that helped was TCD Comics for helping me publish, my girlfriend at the time and roommate, who is still my friend, Lemsa Carruthers Abdul. She did the cover art for this book cover as well as all the other book covers. The people that tolerated me for constantly talking about how I wanted to do this, and just, kept on being a bitch about it and not fucking doing it. Well, I fucking did it. Anyways, so Tales from a Dark Mind. A good majority of the stories in this book actually are situations that I have actually been in, as far as lived through. I think the count was like maybe a third to 2/3 of these stories I actually experienced, whether it be through night terrors or just hallucinations that I had due to stress-induced hallucinations, due to my PTSD or whatever the case was. There are 178 pages. Yeah, there's 178 pages in there. It's a relatively quick read. Everybody that I have, handed it out to, or the people that have bought it, nobody's really had anything negative to say about it, except for, the one person that, there's the other series on about the harassment. Other than that, everybody else seemed to like it. So, will you please, like seriously, choose a goddamn depth? That's what I thought. Sorry, Lamp is being a dick. Anyways, Tales from Dark Mind is you motherfucker. 1 second. So, Tales from Dark Mind is more or less the first attempt. Unfortunately, I didn't understand a lick of anything when it came to doing the actual formatting or any of that shit. So, it is it's kind of rough. Okay, I didn't have an editor. I didn't have anything like that at the time. So it doesn't necessarily have the best editing job to it because I did it myself and I realized that there's a reason I failed English. I am not good at it. However, I just so that everybody's aware, so that I don't get off topic. The books that I write are short horror, disturbing horror. I wouldn't necessarily say gore horror. Well, maybe a little bit, but the first book here is not in that. It is not as bad when it comes to the depravity. That is its successor, which will be in the next video. Tales from a Dark Mind is a very personal book to me because so much of the stuff is stuff that I actually lived through. And it's not necessarily something that I would suggest, reading just for, if you're looking for something that's going to last a while. No. A lot of these stories are only like 2, 3, maybe I think the longest one is like 5 pages long. So each story is relatively quick. It's more of the type of book that you would have like if you're just trying to pass time while, taking a shit or something. That way you can also write a review saying, well, it quite literally scared the shit out of me. Something like that. I would love to see that kind of a review. But I know that ain't going to happen anytime soon. However, I would like to say that if you are going to order it, feel free to find the link in the description. You'll also have the other links to my other books too in there. So if after watching each of these videos, you want to take a look at them, that'd be cool. Tales from a Dark Mind, it is $10 on Amazon. And yeah. I don't really know how best to explain these stories. But they deal with a variety of different horror-based situations. Let's see here. Maybe let's see here. Yeah, a lot of these ones. Baby Terror, The Apartment. I think is Ding Dong Ditch in here? No. Let's see here. God, there's so many of these. Like, just looking at the story list, I remember every single one of these, and it's hard to pick a few. But the stories like The Apartment is actually the story that I discussed with a friend of mine who has a TV show, which is, I'm not sure when it's going to be airing, but in a couple of months, once they, with everything going with COVID and everything, they're actually going to do, they had me on. I already did the interview, already signed off on the paperwork and all that happy horse shit. So I can't wait to see what they do with that, because they're going to do reenactment portions of it, which ought to be pretty cool. So it's kind of fun that I got my first TV gig, if you will, for a story that's in this book. And again, I'm going to try to mirror this so that you can see it going frontward instead of backward. Pardon me. The cover is literally just me wearing a mask that I spent about a week making. Yes, I made the mask. Um, and I wanted to give like a stalker broke into your house feel when it came to the picture, which I think I got because I remember hearing stories from friends of the family, girls that I went to college with, and everything, basically of boyfriends that were just psychopaths that would break into their house while they were sleeping and take pictures of them or take pictures of themselves in in the person's house and then put their phone back and then leave, just as a threat type of thing. And I feel that that kind of fits the feel of the stories. um, I do not use any character names for any of the main characters or side characters. The only names that are in a lot of my stories are those that belong to the villains and the monsters and the creatures. The reason I do that is because I want people to put themselves as well as their friends' names and their friends that would fit those side characters into the situation. And, it seems kind of fun because then you're bringing. To me, it feels like I would be bringing the person that's reading into the story a little bit more than just, well, this is Jimmy, and Jimmy said this to Luann, and Luann, shot somebody in the face with a crossbow or something. I don't know. It just seems kind of it kind of limits the immersion effect if it's just a singular name. So if you take that out of the situation, you force the reader to put their name in there, or you force the person to put their friends' names in there. And to me, that seems like kind of a fun concept. And it's a recurring theme that I use in all of my books and all the stories that I've written. Because, well, that's just how I write. So if you like that first person's perspective, then yeah, feel free to check it out. This is not as bad as the next book as terms of gore and nastiness and fucked uppery. But yeah, we're gonna go with that. So see you in the next video.